Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing the Grand Seiko SBGW031 in stainless steel. You can see this vintage-inspired Grand Seiko manual wind 3-day power reserve dress watch on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included in the sale, high resolution images for your desktop, and naturally complete pricing details for this Grand Seiko SBGW031. This is a watch that you will scarcely find in the US market. In the US market, these are effectively as rare as hen's teeth on a rooster. The watch is perfectly proportioned and detailed at 37.2 millimeters across the round of the case on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. It's a perfect companion for those who prefer traditional men's dress watch sizes between 35 and 37 millimeters. It has a charming and rather complex box section sapphire that recapitulates the distortion of a 1960s Grand Seiko plexiglass crystal. It gives the case a little bit of loft, but it's still just 12 millimeters thick, and you can see with the generously sloped conical bezel, case flank, and domed sapphire, this is an easy watch to wear underneath a dress cuff or a suit sleeve. You'll also note at 44.2 millimeters lug-to-lug, I can recommend this watch in good conscience for wrist as small as 13 centimeters in circumference. It will fit perfectly. The proportion will be excellent. Now, the watch features a simple but substantial black matte finish, monotone stitch, folded edge, alligator leather strap halves with calfskin on the underside, and a simple Grand Seiko stainless steel pin buckle for easy adjustments on the fly. Now, the watch has a handsome but simple case. Beautifully rounded, it pays homage to the Grand Seiko timepieces of the 1960s. It's fluid, the lugs are principally integrated with just a small joint between the case band and the lug structure. You'll also note that the bezel itself is slightly sunken into the hoods of the lugs to allow the watch to be thinner overall in profile while maintaining a strong case band. You'll also note that the sapphire itself is a substantial portion of the structure of the case, accounting for approximately 1/4 of its total thickness. Now, it's important to note that it's both box section at its edge, so it rises sheer, and then it's domed with loft over its top. So you do get that distortion that you associate with plexiglass, but with the scratch resistance that you associate with sapphire. Now, the other nice feature of this immense crystal is that it takes all of the blows. The watch is all of high polish, which can be difficult to maintain if a watch is continuously scratched, but because the sapphire is so large on this watch, it's going to take most of the scratches and scuffs, and because it has a 9 hardness rating on the Mohs scale, it's effectively going to shake off those scratches and scuffs. Now, the dial is handsome, metallic matte, best described as a sort of matte champagne. Perhaps metallic custard is the best description. However you describe it, I describe it as beautiful. It's discreet, it's elegant, it's perfectly balanced with the absence of a date, notable for those of you who are traditionalists and aesthetes. You'll also note that the watch features all applied indices that are diamond polished and beautifully faceted like cut gems. These are not the satin and polish hybrids that you find on some Grand Seiko dials. These are a full polish, so from every direction and every angle, they play dramatic tricks with the light. You'll also note that the hands at center are not the double finished typical Grand Seiko hands, which feature satin tops and polished bevels. These are actually double faceted, full polished Dauphine hands, and there's a wonderfully elegant counterweighted lancet style constant seconds. The Seiko logo as well as the Grand Seiko GS are applied elements rising above the plane of the dial. The remainder of the dial is highly legible, practical, and classical black on light metallic silver printing. Again, I hesitate to call it metallic silver because it really is an off-white. It has a little bit of a tone of yellow, of champagne, of gold, all at once. Now turn it over. This is far easier to describe. This is a manufacturer manual wind caliber with a 3-day power reserve. You're actually looking at the Grand Seiko caliber 9S64A 24 joules manual winding. It beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. It has a rated accuracy from Grand Seiko of -3 seconds plus 5 5 seconds per day maximum deviation. Now it's only water resistant to 30 meters, but you have other options for diving and getting wet and wild within the Grand Seiko family. With a 3-day power reserve, this is an excellent option for those who have a collection of Grand Seiko and prefer to rotate their watches in every other day. You can see and you can purchase this handsome and classically styled and classically sized Grand Seiko SBGW031, very rare in the US market. See it and own it on our website.